What is up? This is Rick, the WWE sign guy, the moron with the stupid red hat, the blue shirt, and the idiotic signs. But I'll tell you what, if I could make the biggest sign in the world, it would say AngryMarks.com.
We have a legend in the wrestling business joining us on the line tonight, and he is a very hardcore wrestler. He has been the IWA Mid-South Hardcore Champion twice. He's also been their heavyweight champion. He's been a JCW heavyweight champion twice. And in fact, this man has so many titles and accomplishments, I would spend the entire rest of our interview if I listed them all. So let me just go ahead and introduce Madman Pondo. What's up, sir?
Angry Marks. You guys don't sound like Angry Marks. You sound like Calm Down Marks. I'm an angry wrestler. I am Madman Pondo, and I am here to tell you people, Vader is not going to be something to me. He ain't shit. I am the new man that you don't have to worry about. Of course, everybody was worried about Vader back in the day. But now Madman Pondo is going to knock him down, and then I will have the reputation of that.
Well, we don't have to be angry because you've got all the anger covered for us. So tell us a little bit more about Vader and this show coming up in Corbin, Kentucky. It's going to be one hell of a deal.
Well, actually, this is my voice when I'm in a good mood, so you can't imagine when I am angry. But the thing about it is, Madman Pondo versus Vader right there in Corbin, Kentucky. Oh, my God. What a main event. And I'm even in it, but I can't wait to see it. You know what I mean?
I don't think any of us can wait to see it. In fact, I've had friends contacting me on Facebook who say they live in Corbin and they're going to be there. It's October 6th at the Corbin Civic Center. That's 128 Civic Center Drive. The bell time is 8. The Fan Fest begins at 6 o'clock. You're the main event going against Vader. It's 2 world champions in one main event. And I believe there's also going to be a special tryout for people to get a chance to go on a trip to Japan.
What an opportunity. I went to Japan back and forth 42 times, but now some lucky scumbag, just because he gets in there with Vader, is going to get to go to Japan? What kind of bullshit is that?
It doesn't seem fair, does it? Maybe you'll have to teach Vader a little respect in that ring. You'll have to teach him to mind his manners and not be giving away free trips to these rookies out there. Besides this big show coming up in Corbin, Kentucky, you've had a long and prestigious career in the world of wrestling, and we want to make sure that everybody who doesn't know about your accomplishments or hasn't read your bios online gets the real deal right from the man himself. So tell us how you first got your start in the wrestling business.
For the past 23 years, I have been mutilating my body for the entertainment of others, and now it has speak my mind. I started out wrestling way back in the day, 1989, Albion, Illinois. Not so much hardcore, not hardcore at all. But then I realized I didn't have the body of a Lex Luger. I didn't have the technical skills of a Dean Malenko. I didn't have the high-flying skills of a Super Crazy. But then I figured out I could cut my body like sausage all across America, and here I am today on your radio show.
That's right. And I believe your original nickname came about because of you were basically making a play on Abdullah the Butcher's nickname, the Madman from Sudan. So you became the Madman Pondo as sort of a riff on that.
Not really a riff. Here's the thing. Yes, he was the Madman from Sudan, but he was known as the Butcher. The thing about it is, back in the day when I was watching wrestling, all the crazy guys is what I really enjoyed. But everybody had the name. There was a Maniac Mark Lewin, there was a Crazy Mike Miller, there was a Psycho whatever, and a Psycho Sid, and all that shit. So then when I started wrestling, that's when I came up with Madman Pondo. Pondo is from a movie called The Party Animal. It was a guy who couldn't get laid, so now you know why they call me a madman.
Well, that's awesome. I don't think that name is really fitting, though, because I'm sure you've gotten laid plenty of times. You're definitely not a Pondo in that respect. Yeah.
A couple of times, yeah.
But it just shows you are a madman that you would do that. And it showed in the ring as well, because you've had some of the nastiest, most brutal drag-down matches that anybody's ever seen live in IWA, JCW, Japan, or anywhere else.
CZW, AIW, IWA East Coast, you name it. I'm out there to show the people. That's why I got voted 20 of the bloodiest wrestlers, because I am Madman fucking Pondo.
That you are. And I don't want to dominate the interview. I want to give my co-host a chance to ask a few questions, but I got more coming at you, so stay tuned. Peter, I'm going to give the floor to you, so please go ahead.
When I put on Facebook that you were our guest this week, someone said, I have to ask you about your feud in FIP. It was yourself and Necro Butcher against the Briscoes. Any memories from that?
Some of the best matches that I've ever had right there at FIP. The Briscoe brothers are some of the most bravest guys that I know. Me and Necro's pretty brave, so you can just imagine those matches. So if those DVDs are those out there, I recommend everybody go and check those out.
All right. Well, you've had, hardcore wrestling and the death matches. Obviously, you're going to get a lot of injuries. What is one injury that, it doesn't look like it hurts you very much, but it caused the most damage, if you know what I mean?
You talking about the light tube to the side of my head?
Oh, ouch. Yeah, that
No
would
problem. No problem. 24 stitches on the outside, 17 on the inside, and here I am today. The only reason that I got that stitched up is because I was going to have a big vagina on the side of my head, and I didn't want that. Imagine who would want to have sex with the side of my head after that.
Now, was there anything that when you heard what was going to happen in a match, you just said no to?
Yeah, razor wire. I'm not big on razor wire at all.
Okay, fair enough. Now, in the death match, who has been your favorite opponent in the that type of format of a match?
Probably Necro Butcher or Terry Funk, one of those guys.
Okay. Now, we just had the Gathering of the Juggalos last week, and I believe you were on the card. How was it this year?
It was all right. It was all about Cheech and Chong for me. That's what I wanted to meet.
No, I've never
and
been
I did.
to...
I got to meet him, and I got a couple of action figures signed from him.
Now, what is it like, the atmosphere at the Gathering? Because I see the video, but it's one thing to see the video, it's another to actually be there. What's it like compared, the Gathering to, wrestling in, independent circuit, like in Kentucky?
You would think that these kids, you can't put 5 or 6 guys in a room and them not fight each other, but you're putting thousands of kids together right there on the campground, and nobody's fighting anybody. It's all about family love to them, and, this whole Juggalos are a gang thing. I don't understand that.
Yeah, and you've got first-hand knowledge more so than anybody. I mean, you've been going to JCW events for over a decade now, so if there was some bullshit, you would know about it, and I've never heard that from anybody, really. It's just a gathering of fun and good times.
People can't stand when other people's having a good time, and they just try to ruin it any way that they can.
That's true. Everybody always tries to hate on the Juggalos, but there's no hate here on Angry Marks. Even though we're angry, we're not angry at the Juggalos. We think they're a great group, and obviously you do too, because you've been many times a champion with them, including twice with Necro Butcher. And talk about combining crazy with crazy. You and Necro Butcher as a tag team, that's truly a sight to behold.
Yeah. Well, me and Necro, we was friends, and we tag teamed excuse me, I'm getting all fucked up. We tag teamed in Mexico. We tag teamed in Japan. We tag teamed all across America. So why not go to JCW and fuck up as many people as we can,
Absolutely right. And the thing I always find really amusing is when I'm at a show where Necro works, or when I watch a show that Necro's on, or see something that you and him have done together, he always comes across as a crazy man. But when you see a shoot interview with him, he always puts on a pair of glasses and he speaks in a very calm and almost intellectual manner. It's like night and day with him. Is it like that for you when you work with him?
He's probably. Did you see him on the Wrestler?
Yeah, I saw him on the Wrestler, and just
you know what him and Mickey Rourke was talking before the match.
Yeah.
Necro didn't have to. He didn't have to audition for that. I mean, that's Necro. That's the way Necro is. That's the way he's been since I've known him. So, I guess the answer to your question is, yeah, he's angels to some, demons to others. You know what I mean?